Fellas, happy Wednesday morning to you. Hopefully you're doing well. Morning's off to a good little start. How are you guys feeling? You got the Wednesday blues because maybe it's your first day of work this week. Obviously coming off the 4th of July holiday. I know a lot of people had Monday, Tuesday off. We obviously missed the show here on Monday and Tuesday, so jumping in today for the first day this week. Hoping everybody had a great 4th of July. What were you up to? Let me know in the comments section how you spent 4th of July. There are a lot of stories I could share from this 4th of July weekend that my family and I did when we were in Michigan and, had a little beach house for the weekend and just enjoyed, obviously, the beach. The one story I'll go ahead and share, though, actually wasn't in Michigan at the beach. It was once we returned home from Chicago last night, we get home, I don't know, about 9:15 maybe. So it's, just starting to get, good and dark. And we live in a high-rise here in Chicago, and we're kind of, not on the lake, but we're pretty far east of Chicago, so we can see a good bit of the city when we look out west. And it's our first time living in this new house. As you guys recall, we moved recently. We can look out our window and we look out on the city. You want to talk about fireworks galore. I mean, I wish I could take a photo and show you guys, but unfortunately, just how far things were, it doesn't do it any justice. But I mean, just an amazing sight just to look out over the entire city and just each little neighborhood in Chicago just lighting off their different fireworks. They must have been going on for 3 straight hours, it felt like, just spanning the entire city. Just absolutely beautiful to see the skies lit up, red, white, and blue, and all the other colors. Just a beautiful sight, and I never experienced it, again, because we just moved here not too long ago, so that was an enjoyment getting to see that and experience that. Otherwise, just a great, 4th of July. Just absolutely a great 4th of July. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed yours. Now it's time to settle back on into some sports and some sports betting as well. Let's go ahead and recap last week. And then we won't recap Monday, but we'll recap Tuesday. And then in recapping Tuesday, you'll be up to speed on how the week has unfolded so far on Monday and Tuesday. So if we throw up that recap there from last week, you can see it was obviously another losing week. And also, now you can see year to date, only plus about 2 units. This year has just been an absolute grind. We haven't really been able to sustain any momentum that we've been able to build. We've had some highs and some lows. Obviously, lately certainly some more lows than some highs, but just can't get going and get on a roll. Hopefully that can turn here as we enter on into a new week, but yeah, it's been a little bit of struggle. It's absolutely been a little bit of struggle. Year-to-date arbitrage, how goddamn cool is that? Of just putting free money in your pocket. We talked about why it declined. It's me. That's the reason it's declined, because I've been limited on DraftKings. Most of the arbitrage bets comes through DraftKings and the boost that they provide. So if you haven't been limited on DraftKings, you're probably $750, maybe even $800 year-to-date good on arbitrage money. So love to see that right there. What were some of those good wins, though, for last week? What about Adam Wainwright just getting rocked? And he even got rocked the other night against the Marlins. Man, you hate to see that with a guy that just, is at the end of his career and hanging on too long. But yeah, gave us a great cash. I'd love to see that right there. But man, maybe time to hang it up. If the Marlins are rocking your ass and making it so you can't even go 4 innings pitch, maybe time to go ahead and hang him up. We also hit Kikuchi under his outs, easy play. I'd love to see that one right there. Just so damn easy. Didn't even go 5 innings in that game, so that was a nice easy cash for us as well. What about Justin Steele of the Chicago Cubs? We already tweeted out a play for him today. We're going to go over on his strikeouts. We didn't go over on his strikeouts that day. We did over on his outs prop, but he was on it that day on his strikeouts. And now he's going up against the Milwaukee Brewers. How many times have we targeted the Brewers against left-handed pitching? They're one of the worst teams in Major League against left-handed pitching. So, yeah, Steele's going to be a great play today. Cubs, F5 run line. Full game money line, I guess. I mean, they should certainly get the better of the two, in terms of starters. They should get to Adrian Hauser more than the Brewers should certainly get to Steele. But really just like Steele today from a strikeout perspective and an outs perspective of over 17.5 outs. He'll go at least 6 strong again today. But we also hit Bobby Miller up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. That was good cash for us, going over 16.5 outs as he goes 17 out. So got us a good cash there on the hook against the Pirates. Love to see that right there. We did pretty good in that Yankees versus Oakland series in terms of taking under 16.5 hits combined in that game. We took it in all 3 days, and we got cashes in 2 out of the 3. Probably should have laid off the 3rd day, to be fair. But the stats looked good, so thought maybe we could go 3-0. But we didn't. We go 2-1 and still pull some profit across in that series. And including that good money line that we hit on day one at plus 120. So that was just a good series to us. What about Blake Snell? Yeah, what is he striking out people? Boy, he was on it right there. Joey Wins couldn't be the winning pitcher. Nice, easy parlay for us. Love to see that right there. Blake Snell, just a strikeout machine. I mean, just a bona fide strikeout machine, one of the better guys in Major League Baseball of putting you away with 2 strikes, and he came through for us right there. Joe Musgrove up against the Pirates. He's able to go 6 strong innings, so we go ahead and get half a parlay hit with him, and then you get the cash cow to not be the winning pitcher. And that guy's only got 1 win on the season all along, so you could probably take that as a parlay piece every single start. He's barely going to go 5 innings, although if you took under 15.5 outs yesterday, that was a little bit of a rough beat because they only tried him out in the 6th inning because the first batter was a right-hander. He gets him out. The next batter is a left-hander, and then they go pull him. If you had under 15.5 outs, you got screwed just because of the first batter was a right-handed batter. But tough one right there. But yeah, that parlay, we just took him to not be the winning pitcher, and we got a good cash. Tigers F5 team total last week went up against a left-handed pitcher twice, and we get 2 cashes. Once was against the Rangers, and the other one was against the Rockies. So they get it done. That's what they do, right? They crush left-handed pitching. That's no surprise to anybody right there. And then Ohtani, that hits, runs, and RBIs prop that we all gave up on because he had struck out his first 2 at-bats. Then he got intentionally walked on his next 2 at-bats. Angels were down 3-4 runs against the White Sox. You didn't even think he was going to get another at-bat. But then he comes up in the bottom of the 9th and hits a 2-run bomb with Mike Trout on first base. So, wow, a bet that I for sure had kissed goodbye as a loser. Those feel good when all of a sudden you look. And I didn't even follow that one because that's how much I'd given up. I see people reacting on Twitter and then go, whoa, wait, what happened? Oh, shit, my man, it's a 2-run bomb in the bottom 9th. That one felt good right there, boys. Hey, as I mentioned, we lost money last week, so we've got some notable losses to go ahead and go through. What about you, Darvish? Great spot against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates can't hit right-handers. They strike out a ton. The bullpen for the Padres was obviously good. I mean, it's just a dream spot for the Padres to cash a money line, cash a run line, keep the game low scoring from a Pirates perspective. He should pitch deep in that game, and then he gets ruled out of that game with a couple hours before due to an illness, and all of our bets are locked in. We lose 3 bets. Brutal. Just 3 bets that you didn't even get a chance to fight and compete with because of that. Due to Yu Darvish getting bowed out there due to an illness. So that one was tough right there. Castillo, under 6.5 Ks. Another time this season we've sat here and said the last batter K fucked us. Yep, last batter K got us as he struck out my man. Tough right there. Was over 100 pitches. It's clearly his last batter. You got to do me dirty like that? We get it at plus 110. The line closes at minus 135. You got to do us like that? Tough right there. Rays team total, and Zach Davies was going to go over his hits allowed. No, neither one of those happened right there. Zach Davies had himself a nice performance up against a hot-hitting Rays team. So that happens. A good old sports betting loss right there. Guardians on that money line. That was that same day we took Zach Greinke to not be the winning pitcher. Game goes into extra innings. Jose Ramirez has a dream of a slide to steal home. And then they just cost it up in the bottom of the 10th innings. Really unfortunate right there. And then Bido, that when I look back, right, we always try to make improvements from our bets. And everybody remembers the night we took the Tigers up against the Rockies. And unfortunately, we lost the Tigers money line. We also lost the Tigers full game money line. And we also, team total. Tigers team total, money line, and also Lorenzo Ninko over his outs. I'm not comfortable losing 3 units. That was the wrong word. Based on the stats of the game, I'm comfortable with it because it was a good betting spot. Bido, while that was a good spot, and I would bet Bido again going on the Brewers, we lost 3 plays on there. We lost his strikeouts, his outs, and the Pirates F5. When you look back and you try and make sure you don't make the same mistakes, did Bido have advantages? Yes. Did Bido have advantages worth betting? Yes. Were the discrepancies big enough to lose 3 units? If things don't go your way, where the Tigers don't get to the left-handers in cores, you can be shit, man. The stats were great. They crushed left-handers. Bullpen's dog shit. Bottom of the league in 3 of the 4 major categories you care about a bullpen. It didn't happen. I look back at that Bido one and I go, I should have only lost 1 unit. That shouldn't have been a 3-unit loss. I should have just said, which is the best of the 3? Because the discrepancies are there worth betting, but are they worth 3 units? Putting 3 plays out there. And that answer becomes a no, and you can't make that same mistake going forward, and we won't make that same mistake going forward. So, yeah, I'll apologize for that. We should have only lost 1 unit on that play. It was a great betting spot. But again, not to pick 3 different plays out. Should have just gone with the strongest one. So yeah, I apologize for that one. That was not good right there. So and then yeah, he got rocked by the Brewers. I mean, he got chased early in that game. So yeah, that one's on me, fellas, right there. So, all right, we got to bounce back this week. We got to turn a goddamn profit. We unfortunately didn't turn a profit on Monday. We did turn a profit on Tuesday. Monday's action was mostly Wimbledon. We were on fire. We were 2-0 to start the day off on Monday morning in Wimbledon, and then the rain came. And after the rain, our bets that were like halfway in progress. Like once the rain happened and the rain delay was over, you saw the results. You looked at the box score. If you only looked at the box score, you could see that they like completely changed. That rain delay absolutely screwed us on Monday. No tennis was involved on Tuesday's action. Basically, the whole day was rained out. And today, shit, I mean, started off in a rain delay. They played about an hour. They went back into a rain delay. Then they went out for about 20 minutes, and now they're back in another rain delay. So we've got some tennis bets. We're pending. We'll see what today goes, but I don't think there will be much of an urgency to go ahead and add more plays the way it's raining so much in London. These matches are probably going to carry over for another day. So yesterday it all came down to baseball. We turned a profit in baseball. We did really good right there. Clark Schmidt under his outs props of under 17.5. Easy one right there. Going up against the Orioles. Orioles are really good versus right-handed and left-handed. They don't really run Clark Schmidt through the third time through the rotation anyways. You already know Aaron Boone has a quick hook with his guys anyways. And he loves going to the, generally speaking, the top 5, top 10 bullpen. So that was an absolutely no-brainer play and cashed easily right there. Freeland up against the Astros just didn't do a good job running up his pitch count. They were able to get runs off him. They were production. But when they were getting outs, they were swinging at first pitch, second pitch, and they just weren't getting the pitch count up. So that's why we lose that one right there. But then what about Zach Greinke under 1.5 walks? You didn't even need to go ahead and give you that play. I want to know, and this isn't a how do I phrase this? Because I don't want to. This is not an insult to anybody. Not to let's see who's been paying attention. Because again, this is not an insult if you didn't do it. But after the first inning, when Zach Greinke didn't draw a walk, who logged into DraftKings and looked at the live prop line and saw it was under 0.5 at plus 140 and hit it? You know Zach Greinke only walks people in the first inning. How many times have we been on the hook in the first inning and then he delivers us a cash by the time he exits the game in the 5th or the 6th inning? It happens damn near every time. His walks only come in the first inning. So pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back if you hit a nice, good plus money cash of under 0.5 walks. The guy's an absolute machine. Keep that little nugget in your head. Remember, his walks, for whatever reason, seem to always come in the first inning. So maybe remember that going forward. And I say that and I re-bring that up because he didn't walk anybody. That line's probably going to go back down to 0.5. We won't be able to bet it, but hopefully we'll be able to live bet the under after the first inning's completed. What about that Reds on the F5 team total? 2 starts ago, we tailed Patrick Corbin to a win. Remember the Nats money line or Nats run line at plus money that came through against the Seattle Mariners. Yesterday he went up against the Reds, and the Reds are really stinking hot. They're just staying on fire for the better part of a month, it feels like. No-brainer going ahead and backing the Reds up against Patrick Corbin. That one came through for us right there. And then the under in Cubs Brewers just didn't quite work for us right there as that game went over. So made some money on the day. Obviously still down on the week. Obviously this is where you can see that we did lose money on the tennis that I mentioned earlier. So down on the week. Lots of arbitrage money. Most of that comes from an $18 arbitrage yesterday on FanDuel, and then we actually hit a parlay on Friday, a little 4-legged parlay where we made about 40 or so bucks. We never spent that. If you follow me on Twitter, we just progressed it, and then we rolled it over. So that's how we've got about $72 this week to go ahead and fire, see if we can't obviously make it grow, and then convert it to some bankroll at some point right there. So that's how last week unfolded. That's where we stand today, looking to make some money on this great Wednesday with you guys. Let's hop in the comments section, see maybe what you guys are talking about on the 4th of July or how this Wednesday morning is treating you. And then, of course, we got Payoff pitch live at 11 a.m. Eastern time with myself and Hockey Squirrel in about 4 minutes to preview today's MLB slate. Trying to get his thoughts on today's MLB. What's going on, Owen? Owen, what are you doing? You got watermelon? All right, watermelon. What's up, buddy? What's going on, buddy? What's going on? How you? How's Wednesday treating you? You ready to make some money? Yeah. What do you think we should do today? What are the plays today? What are the plays? All right, let's hop in this comment section, boys. What's going on, Tyler? Back, baby. Made it even for the start. Hell yeah, Tyler. Hopefully you're doing well, my man. Hopefully you are doing well. You had the weekend off because of the weather, but that was all. Okay. Nice. What does that mean? So obviously I know your farm situation. So when it just rains too much, it's just nothing to do when it rains? Is that what it is? Brian, love the mentality right there. Yes, sir. Wednesday it'll be. Wish we could take that Greinke Wall prog every day. I should just pin that message up, Nebraska, because that is the greatest thing. Like, if you're not taking that props, and again, we've mentioned it, there are some trends that I may not be aware of, but that trend, if you're aware of and you're still not betting it, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, what the? And they gave it to us yesterday at minus 150, so we didn't have to parlay it piece. I was so ecstatic to not have to drop that sucker in a parlay piece. I thought it'd be 200-ish or, whatever. To get that at minus 150, love to see that right there. How did you like the race? We watched it on TV from Michigan. I didn't like it just in terms of, you could tell that the aggression was dialed back, at least earlier on when they were on the wet tires and it was wet and they were taking it easy. The aggression picked up naturally as the race unfolded, but other than me living here and thinking it was really cool to see, cars race on streets that, we drive on, I didn't really think it was good. I was really gutted for NASCAR too. I mean, the build up to it was absolutely incredible. You just walk around town before we left to go to Michigan, like, people were talking about it. I mean, and people were talking about this building that I know that aren't NASCAR fans, just from knowing them over the 6 years we've lived here. So that was cool. I mean, and then the weather happens, and just feel bad for NASCAR. I thought they did a great job of setting themselves up for success, and then the rain just killed it. So tough, Brian. Tough, man. Has Owen got any bets? Yeah, Owen's got a good bet. Owen's got a good bet. I should give this one out now just in case it moves. Man, it is not moving at all. Owen's got some good bets. Watermelon play of the day. Boy, we had our fair share of watermelon over the last 4 days. Let me tell you that, fellas. All right, fellas, we're gonna help you guys put some money in your pocket. Let's go find ourselves a Hockey Squirrel. And hang tight. Hell, we're under a minute. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off. Let's do it. All right, boys. Fire it up. I'm glad to be back here with you guys. I always hate missing the show and hanging out with you guys, so appreciate it. Let's kick off payoff pitch here in under an hour or under a minute. Let's do it. Yo, what's going on, fellas? Hopefully everybody's doing well on this great Wednesday morning. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us here on the Payoff Pitch, live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm, of course, Jason. We're joined every single day by the Hockey Squirrel, previewing today's MLB slate. And, of course, we're powered by Bet Openly, a fantastic sports book. Down in this video description, you can find a link. Hop on over there and check out Bet Openly. We had Squirrel. Obviously, looks like we've lost him, so let's go ahead and pull him back in. It looks like Squirrel is in his natural habitat outside for today's show, getting some sunshine. Looks gorgeous where you're at, Squirrel. What's going on, man? Happy late 4th of July to you.
Yeah, I went to the parents' house for 4th of July, and to be honest with you, until last night, I didn't even remember that we had this. It was like 11 p.m. and the light bulb went off, and I was like, oh, shoot. So, yeah, I didn't have a webcam and don't have the laptop. I don't know. I was doing things on the parents' desktop computer trying to get things going today. So, yeah, I'm a little bit kind of all thrown around. I got the good old pen and paper. So I wrote some things down. I have plays for the day and whatnot, but I'm a little bit scrambled. So if I don't have something for every inning, forgive me today, but we'll be back to normal tomorrow.
It's like the way it is coming off holiday, right? Nobody wants to jump back into it, or at least it's tough to jump back into it. So it's all understandable, man. Keep enjoying this great holiday. But, yeah, it's time to focus, time to win some money, and preview today's MLB slate. How would you like to kick it off today on Around the Bases, where we take a couple of games, we break it down, and provide a bet?
Well, I want your opinion on what do you think is going to happen in the Royals-Twins game. I mean, I think the Twins are going to kill them because of the starter, but I'm more wondering about the total. It's like, I don't think that the Royals are going to score much, if at all, against Pablo Lopez and company. But do the Twins tee off and put it over 8.5? I think is where I saw it, if it's still there. I don't have a computer in front of me, but I kind of was banking on the Royals not getting a lot of runs, and well, maybe the Twins either. I don't know too much. Was it Marsh? Something Marsh? He's only had one start, so I ended up going with under, but I'm curious. I can see why an over would be, likable, but it's just you're really kind of banking on the Twins to get 8 or 9 runs, I think, in that game. I don't expect much from the Royals.
Looked at this game pretty strong there because obviously with Pablo Lopez on the mound, you tend to like him. Then you look at the Royals and what they do versus right-handers. Second worst batting average right now. They only hit 200. Striking out at a pretty good clip at 28%. No real power at 267 slugging. Like when I mean no power, I mean like nothing. No power at 267. And their weighted runs created at 46. So you expect Pablo Lopez to absolutely cruise today, go over his out props at over 18.5, really limit this Royals team.
Yeah.
And then, though, you look, and this is now going to be his third time facing the Royals. First time was 5.1 innings pitched, no runs. Second time, 6 innings pitched, 6 runs. And that's probably where the hitter familiarity kicked in, right? Because he came from the National League. Nobody on the Royals had probably seen him. So first time he cruises. Second time he gets roughed up. What's going to happen that third time? While you're catching the Royals absolutely struggling, can they replicate some of that success more from the second time? Or even if it falls somewhere in the middle, you could be really hurting for an under. Let's say it's somewhere in between. He gives up 3 runs. Well, you expect the Twins to probably hit Alec Marsh. And then the runs may dry up because the Twins right now have the number 1 opponent's batting average coming out of that bullpen. They've got the 3rd best ERA coming out of that bullpen. And they've got the 6th best whip coming out of that bullpen. Kansas City better get it done early because they ain't going to get it done late up against a really strong bullpen. So tough one for me just because I don't know what's going to win, either Pablo Lopez against a cold Royals team, or maybe will some of that familiarity contribute to 3-ish runs.
I think the general thought would be, like if I were to think about it from a public perspective, would be like, the Twins are going to absolutely crush the Royals. Look at this, shitty starter guy. He's got 1 start, and I think the thought would be that it goes over, but I'm not entirely convinced. So that was something I just wanted your opinion on. But
yeah, if I bet that, I would probably just back the Twins. I mean, obviously I just rifled off the Twins bullpen.
I think I will in my double play. I got the Twins in there. So.
Yeah, I think you could even go for a run line right there. When that Royals bullpen, an ERA of 7.47, opponent's batted average is 285, the whip is 172, the BABIP is 380, 351. It's all really ugly right now for that bullpen. So, yeah, maybe even do the Twins on the run line. I don't think that's a bad play right now. All right, let's
Sure.
change gears. Let's see if you've got anything to add on to what I talk about when I talk about the Rockies and the Astros. You guys know I love backing teams that are like really strong versus any handedness. Well, the Astros are number one right now versus right-handed pitching. They hit 291, they slug 505, they don't strike out at 15%, and they draw a ton of walks at 12.2%. And then you look at Chase Anderson, his last 4 starts. 3.2 innings pitched, 6 earned runs. 2.2 innings pitched, 9 earned runs. 3 innings pitched, 7 earned runs. And 4.1 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. All 4 of those games obviously went over an F5 team total. Look at the opponents and you'll say really good opponents. And you'll also say that same thing against an Astros team. And again, they're really hot versus right-handers. I can only back that Astros F5 team total. They're doing it all right. I'll take over 2.5 through the first 5 and see if they can't give me a cash. I, of course, expect the Astros to win the game. The Rockies' bullpen is still dog shit. They should cover a run line, likely hit an over all on their own, to be quite honest. The Rockies likely chip in for a couple. But the Astros' bullpen is too strong to do anything like that. Just give me the Astros F5 team total. You have anything to expand on that one?
Yeah, that was going to be the next game I was going to talk about. I'm on the over, actually. I think, let me see, over 9 is what I got. Don't know where it's at now. But, yeah, for a lot of the reasons you talked about, I do expect the Rockies to chip in, though. I really do. Win the game? No, probably not. But are they plus 200? I don't think so either. Might be okay for a small sprinkle of a long shot. Certainly don't expect to win going into that. But I did couple it with the over 9 as a pretty strong play. So, yeah, I mean, that's a perfect segue also into shut up and pitch if you're ready to go for that. I do have a couple of pitchers that I was eyeing today. My first one being Chase Anderson, actually, there to go under 3.5 Ks, and you're actually getting somewhere plus 110 for that. So I don't expect him to go very deep, and I do expect him to get crushed, and that's exactly what you should expect. So that's what I did. Chase Anderson under 3.5 Ks. I have 2 additional ones, but I will see if you have anything first.
I just like that play overall, Squirrel, and I like taking the under in a spot in which the sports books are so damn scared to give you an outs prop for it, right? Everybody knows this guy should get rocked, and they won't even post like a 14.5 outs. Like, you've seen that sometime. If they're not willing to hang an outs line on him, yeah, he's not going to last long in this game. I've got a couple. Let's talk first. Justin Steele, the Chicago Cubs, think he can go over 5.5 Ks. We watched his last outing pretty closely as we were on his outs prop, and he was up for it that day, just striking out everybody. Got great stuff. And he's going up against the Brewers today. How many times have we targeted the Brewers versus left-handers? They don't hit. They strike out a ton. He's gone over this in 4 of his last 6 starts if you remove the one against the Rays where he left the game due to a arm injury. And then he faced the Brewers back in April where he got 8 Ks. So he can regress a little bit and still get a good cash. But don't expect him to regress because the Brewers are terrible versus left-handers. They still don't hit at 214, and they strike out a ton versus left-handers. So Justin Steele, one of the better left-handers in the game, certainly the ace of the staff of the Cubs. You could look at going over 17.5 outs with how the Brewers do struggle versus left-handers. You could look at the Cubs F5. I think the strongest of those 3 plays, though, is the outs prop, and that's the one we'll go ahead and roll with, over 5.5 Ks. What's another one for you, Squirrel?
I was looking at another under before I give you my over prop.
Okay.
I had Bobby Miller of the Dodgers going against the Pirates. 6.5 is a bit too high, not only for what he's done, but for what's projected. And if I just took a general quick glance at the Pirates strikeout rate, it was somewhere in the middle of the road, or it wasn't like super high by any means. Like, like this makes sense. 6.5 didn't make a lot of sense, although it's quite juicy. It's like minus 150, but I haven't projected 5.5, and the Pittsburgh strikeout rate definitely isn't insane. So that is something I was looking at anyway as an under. I think there's only been 1 game that he's gotten to 7, so it wasn't super, like he's just rocking it out there with getting 9 strikeouts like a Strider or something.
Yeah, that's another good angle, too, because the Pirates have a good batting average. They're up in the top 10 right now versus right-handers. He doesn't go long. as you said. And look what the Pirates did last night, coming back and winning that game. They're competing well against these Dodgers and even winning ball games. So, yeah, I like that one right there. Let's hop on over to L.A. versus Padres, where we can talk about Seth Logan possibly going over 5.5 Ks at plus money. Over in his last start against the Reds, which is pretty impressive because that means you're catching the Reds during this really hot spell that they're having. He goes over 5.5 Ks. Overall, though, admittedly, he's only gone over in 3 of his 11 starts. The Angels right now strike out a ton versus right-handers at 30%. They don't hit right-handers very well at 214. You know you don't get Mike Trout, and you're likely not going to get Ohtani and Rendon as they exited last night's game due to injury. So that only makes their lineup obviously a ton weaker. So how do you want to play the Padres today? I don't know. Play them on the money line, run line, back this guy on his strikeouts. You could fade Sandoval under 17.5 outs. I'm seeing that right now at minus 108 over on Bet Rivers. You could take him over 2.5 earned runs. Padres F5 team total. There's a lot you can do within this game. You want to back the Padres. They're strong right now versus left-handers. Sandoval is shit. Lugo had a nice outing recently against the Reds. Padres today. This is a big spot for them. They're going to win this game pretty easily. So that's how we'll do it right there. Do you have another one?
I do. I might keep it for It's a Steal, though, just because I really have a lack of things for steal and coming to a stretch.
Okay.
I do have some long shots that I'm willing to share, though.
Hell yeah. Let's hear it.
I talked about the sprinkles on the Colorado Rocky just because I do expect such a high-scoring game that, anything can kind of happen there. So, again, don't go into that game expecting that you win. Huh?
With that one right there, I think there's a key piece in what you keep saying. I don't expect to win. That, just for our viewers, like Squirrel can make this because he's a professional sports bettor and he's going to put his money in good value spots and he's going to do it again tomorrow. You're going to bet the Rockies, lose, and say, well, I ain't doing that shit again. Just, if you back the Rockies, you've got to be diligent enough to bet these spots almost damn near all of them like the Squirrel does, and Squirrel turns a profit. The general person doesn't, and they can't stay with the value. So I think it's a good play because it should be maybe high scoring. The Astros should win the game, but that's where, that's what burns the bettors is they can't do it over and over and over like you can. So just wanted to caution people. Okay. What's another good long shot there, man?
We'll go with some lower plus money then. So some things that are down around even that probably stand a higher chance of winning. I went with the White Sox plus 110. I think it was Lance Lynn today. And then there were 2 games that I can't remember that much about because I did them at midnight yesterday. I went with the Nationals plus 110, and I went with the Mets plus 103. So just over plus money for those 3. White Sox, Nationals, and Mets.
Well, the Mets are now at minus money, so people seem to be agreeing with you right there. The Nationals have come down to even money, so in agreement right there. And what'd you get the White Sox at?
Plus 110.
Again, down to even money. You got the Blue Jays taking on the White Sox. Blue Jays hitting a 2-run home run at the top of the 8th inning to sneak out a win yesterday in Chicago. Long shots. I'm just realizing my notes right now. I forgot to do that category. So let's look at the board.
It's okay because I have missing things too, so it's not a big deal.
I'll maybe just run through it. We'll obviously get to it in rapid fire, but I don't expect the Rockies to even come anywhere close to winning that game. Phillies have a good chance of winning that game, so maybe the Phillies, but I don't go up against a Rays team too often, and I wouldn't do that right there. Of course, you wouldn't take the Athletics today with the Tigers facing a left-hander.
No,
so
I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I promise you I wouldn't. Of all the things I'm willing to do, that are crazy plus money, that is not one. I would take the Rockies far before the Athletics today. I did take the Athletics yesterday, though. They were plus 150, and they won 1-0 in 10th inning, I think.
Shit, I'm getting to I got 3 games left and I haven't found a dog I'm willing to bet yet.
Dude, it is so bright outside today. Holy hell. It doesn't help, though, that I've got these on the table, so they're just, like, reflecting up at me.
I don't know, fellas. I'm not sure there's dogs like I feel confident in. So, shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I gave out 3, so hopefully that covers a little bit. I mean, I don't know how many there are in terms of dogs that, on any given day, but there's 3 that are close to even money or at even money, and then the Rockies a real long shot. So we can move on with that. I didn't.
That's a tough one. Okay, what do we have here for Keep Swinging? I've got a couple.
I always give out my WNBA play here, so
Oh,
that's what I'm
cool.
going to do again today. I have two of them, but one moved like a point and a half already. So this one you can still get, as far as I know, from 10 minutes ago or whatever. Phoenix Mercury plus 15 and a half on the spread today in the WNBA. Phoenix Mercury plus 15 and a half.
Phoenix Mercury plus 15. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Cool.
The other one was the Dallas Wings, and that was plus 15 and a half as well. But I think it's 14 now. So that's why I didn't give that one out. Or, well, I guess I did give it out now, but you can have it. Uh,
Right.
if you can find a 15 or whatever on there.
All right, let's give these guys some hitting props and let's keep streaking on the MLB app there. Beat the streak where you can win 5.6 million. Let's do it with Brandon Belt, who's had really good numbers off Lance Lynn, 7 for 18, all singles. But then you also get that lefty on righty matchup, designated hitter. All this guy does is hit. Look for Brandon Belt to pick up at least one hit today up against Lance Lynn, and then Juan Segura will do some damage today. He's a Miami Marlin up against Steven Matz, where he's 500 against him, 18 plate appearances, 9 hits. Steven Matz struggled, right? Moved to the bullpen. Going to make a spot start today. He should be really rough. See what the Marlins are doing this series against the Cardinals. I'm sure there's people who are betting the Cardinals and this phenomenal offense that they have and just throwing cash behind it, which is ludicrous. But that's their problem. That's not my problem. Let's go ahead and move it over to sixth inning. It's a steal. What you got there, Squirrel?
I think I was going to save a pitching prop for this one, and I was looking at our Eduardo Rodriguez, the Tigers pitcher. I think the line was over 4.5, but I don't remember the juice on it. But it just seemed low and doable for going against the Athletics of all things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So I
making
was
his
curious
first
on the
major
juice, but
league
I
start.
thought I saw.
I see minus 115 on DraftKings without price shopping. That's fine.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let's see what FanDuel's got. FanDuel's got you at minus 112.
Yeah, that's fine. And it's 4.5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was cool with that.
I mean, it's a great play today to be back in the Tigers in a lot of ways. Athletics are 171. Erod is a good left-hander. Saw he was on a good roll right there. Then obviously he had hit the disabled list. This is going to be his first start since returning from the disabled list. He only had one warm-up start in the minors. Went 4.1 innings pitch, 3 hits, shutout ball, 5 Ks. He's going to be all right today against the Athletics. So I like that one right there. I will do a plug as well. Not to say follow me on Twitter, guys, but I got an absolute gem, and hopefully you're following me on Twitter. Is Lance Lynn. His under outs prop opened at 18.5. I'm sitting here doing the research and got that bet up in the bet slip, but it's minus one, or it was minus 210. So I had to find a parlay piece to go ahead and do with it. Had a couple pitchers that I thought could not be the winning pitcher, but wanted to dig in a little bit, research more, and the line closed, and then it reopened at 17.5. It was minus 175. He does go 6 innings pitched, a good amount. I mean, they'll run this guy up to 100 pitches, as we've seen, but I couldn't get quite behind that. And then for whatever reason, it closed again. And I said, shit, it's going to go down to 16.5. Like, I get it. Blue Jays are good, tough matchup. He faced them back earlier this season and got crushed and only went 5 innings. I can see it. If it goes to 16.5, I won't bet it. And it came back at 19.5 at minus 110. Holy hell. Holy hell. The books must have gotten absolutely slammed on the under and then slammed on the over. And they wanted to try and, I guess, balance out the book. So that's why they went all the way back to 19.5. They've gotten, I guess, enough money to save their ass. And now they won't offer it anymore. So follow me on Twitter, guys. I don't hold bets back for the show. I do tweet those suckers out as I bet them. You could be sitting here right now with Lance Lynn under 19.5 outs at minus 110. That's a freaking phenomenal play right there. So hopefully you guys got that one with me this morning on Twitter. Let me go back to doing what I normally do. That one's a bona fide steal. I like to give out my NRFI of the day. Boy, I'm not sure I would bet any NRFIs today, but what I would bet on is the Blue Jays possibly scoring the first inning. Lance Lynn has given up the second most earned runs in Major League Baseball in the first inning. He's given up 20 earned runs in the first inning. Dudes are hitting 338 in the first inning off him with a 2.0 whip. He's allowed 6 home runs in the first inning. A lot of these teams don't have a great YRFI percentage. The Blue Jays don't at 29%, but we've done this before, right? Target bad pitchers. Let's also target Dean Kremer there of the Baltimore Orioles. 17 starts, 13 earned runs, 5 home runs, a 338 batting average in his own right with a 1.76 whip. The Yankees also check in as scoring in the first inning at 29%. And also Patrick Sandoval there of the Angels. 15 starts, 11 earned runs, 295 opponents batting average, a 1.6 whip. Padres a little bit better scoring in the first inning at 31%. We already like under on his outs prop. Padres F5 team total. The runs should come early and often against him. So there we go right there. What's another seventh inning coming to a stretch? We got to give out our best bet today. What's your best bet today, Squirrel?
My favorite bet of all, we've already covered it, but I will talk about it again. It is the Rockies and the Astros over 9. I just expect a lot of runs in that game. I really do. I think you kind of can't go wrong there with all the things you listed, not only with what was it, the number one Astros against, who is it, right or left-handed pitching, whatever is going on there. That's great. And I like the Rockies to possibly get it done. So, I mean, I do expect contribution at least. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a very, very strong play. That's what this inning is all about, right? Is if you had like one bet basically today, where would you put your money if you were like only making one bet? And I think that's a great strong play.
Great strong play. Love to see that right there. I'm going to go back to one we talked about. We were talking about Seth Lugo and his outs props. I'm going to dabble in this game. Let me get a look at this line real quick. Hold on. Let me see if it's still the price. And we can all get it. Okay, we can all get it right now. Hop on over to Barstools. It's Sandoval under 17.5 outs at minus 107. I'll stay off of the F5 team total just in case that shit cashes in the 6th inning like we've seen a ton. He's not going to go 6th inning. One thing I like about this is, for one, the Angels are off tomorrow. Love to see that right there. That is going to lead to him having a short leash, like we see, right, with an off day tomorrow, can really deploy that bullpen how they want. Second of all, Padres against left-handers. We've targeted them recently. Corbin, remember, who was that other soft tosser? It was Rich Hill, and then there was another one. We've targeted recently against left-handers. They've been absolutely crushing versus left-handers. And then 11 of the last 14 left-handers have stayed under this. We know their weighted runs created is really good versus left-handers. They've got a good batting average. They see 3.98 pitches per plate appearance, which is third best in the major leagues. Should be drawing a ton of walks. His out prop is at 2.5 at plus money. I kind of looked at that because they don't swing and miss. They see a lot of pitches. This guy's just going to be in for a really tough day. Stays under this line. And again, bullpen's ready to go to bail him out when needed. Just can't see him getting through all 6 innings. Don't even really see him maybe even coming out for the 6th inning. That's how well the Padres are hitting left-handers right now. Go ahead and give me Sandoval under 17.5 outs, minus 107 right now over on Barstool's 8th inning. We call it double play. We like to give you our favorite parlay of the day. What's your favorite parlay today?
I think it makes a lot of sense to just take the Tigers and the Twins. Yeah, I mean, you got Kansas City going out with that brand new Marsh. I expect him to get tagged. Just don't know if I think it's going to go over or under. I think I took the under in the Twins game, but we'll see how that one shakes out. And then the Tigers, I mean, again, it's the Athletics. A's just came off a win yesterday, but I think Rodriguez gets a decent amount of strikeouts there, and I don't know, it just makes a lot of sense to take 2 heavy favorites there and get even odds for them.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to change yours up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and keep the Tigers in there for double play. They get the hitting advantage. They get the left-handed hitting advantage. They get the starter advantage. You're getting Rodriguez up against Waddle, Chuck, and you're getting the bullpen advantage. If you're getting all 3 advantages, that should make you feel comfortable to back them on the money line. And I am comfortable. I think the Astros will certainly get it done again. This Rockies bullpen remains terrible. We mentioned the Astros. We like them getting runs early and often. I would even then tack on the Padres. Go for a triple play today. Double play ain't good enough coming off the holidays. We need a triple play. If you do the Padres, Tigers, and Astros, that'll get you at about plus 230 for those 3 teams that get it done. So, all right. Let's go ahead and throw our official bets up here on the screen. Then let's talk about all of these bets. Let me toss mine up here real quick. I've got to add some to this, I tell you that. Well, I don't got to do anything, first of all. I would like to continue going through everything and seeing. I hear you on that Twins one. Man, I'm gonna be pissed though if the Royals have success and it's right there in front of your face.
Mm-hmm.
That's why on that triple play I left the Twins off, and to me the Astros are about as locky as they can get, and the Padres, I mean, depleted lineup there for the Angels again, right? No Ohtani, no Rendon, and no Trout. Padres hitting left-handers. Yeah. I'm going to go and do Lynn. Again, hopefully you're following me on Twitter. It's an absolutely fantastic line right there. And I don't know what the hell the books are doing. You can look throughout the day, but it's been probably 3 hours now since I sent that tweet out. I think the books got their ass killed on that prop and just aren't going to bring it back on that one. Sandoval under 17.5 out. Steele over 5.5 Ks. Get that Astros F15 total. And like everything again with the Tigers, facing a left-hander. Even if they get the hitting, starting, bullpen advantage, that's an absolute no-brainer. Let's hop on into a sports book so we can talk some live lines and see if we can go ahead and get some rapid fire going. Did Gent say it's a cold, wet day in Denver? I don't know if he just feels like telling us that or if maybe he thinks the game is in Colorado, but the game's actually in Houston, did Gent? Unless you're just telling us about the weather. We don't mind hearing about the weather in your day. Certainly never mind hearing about that. Let's talk about
those. It's nice here. It's very nice here, as you can see.
I can hear the birds chirping. It's beautiful, man. It's really nice.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
The birds are getting after it.
Yeah, I grew up out here, dude. Only child in the country. I mean, maybe a little bit lonely, but it was relaxing.
Keep your eye and see if you can see a Cardinal or a Blue Jay. That could be a sign to hammer or maybe a money line today.
All right, let's get on with it. Come on now.
Rockies and Astros with an over-under of 9. Rockies plus 180. Astros minus 210. Astros on the run line. I don't even.
Yeah, the safe play is the over. The safe play is the over. The value play is the Rockies. But again, don't expect to win going into it.
Brian said what was on your shirt, so if you're wondering what the hell I was doing right there, that's what I was doing right there. Phillies and Rays with an over.
You're a professional what?
I'm a professional coach, assistant coach. You can trust me.
It's a real thing.
And then the bottom, I didn't quite realize, it says, I know things.
I know things. Hell yeah. There you go.
I know things. Phillies and Rays over under of 9. Boy, that game soared under the under yesterday. Phillies plus 110, Rays minus 130. This could be a good spot for a dog, but I mean, how many times have the Rays come out multiple days cold? I can't get there on that one. So, but I'll take the under 9 again. 2 top bullpens. Both bullpens right now are firing in the top 10 across your major categories. Look for this one to stay under 2.
Yeah, I only like my line because I got over 8.5. So if it's at 9 now, I'm fine.
So still take the over then. You just get the push with Squirrel. If it falls on 9. He gets the cash. You get the push. Athletics and Tigers over under of 8.5. Plus 190 for the Athletics. Tigers minus 225. Who the hell is going to fade the Tigers against the left-hander? Better man than me. And you'll say that they didn't do anything yesterday. If that's what you're sitting there saying, go look up J.P. Sears up against Ken Waddlechuck. There's a drop-off in talent today on the mound for the Athletics with Waddlechuck up against J.P. Sears. So I'll back them. And the Tigers are throwing, although they had Scooball yesterday making his season debut yesterday. Obviously, he was on fire in a 1-0 game. But anyways, I like the Tigers today. Tigers on the run line, minus 106.
Yeah. And don't forget about that Rodriguez over prop, the 4.5. Yes. I like that as well.
That is a low line for a team in the Athletics that absolutely struggles. I think that's a great find there, Squirrel. Yeah. What about the Cardinals taking on the Marlins today with an over-under of 8.5, minus 110 up against minus 110? The rumors are out there that we're getting Steven Matz today, but I don't fully see that confirmed, but those are the rumors out there. Just don't know who's back in the Cardinals. Yeah, I just don't understand. Yeah. Just leave it at that.
I don't have anything in the game. I have no idea. Okay. I don't have any opinion on the game.
If you're scared about the narrative in terms of, hard to, get a sweep here in the major leagues, I'll tell you right now, then pivot to the Marlins team total because they've got the second best batting average right now versus left-handers. They're bringing a lot of power. Their weighted runs created is at 175 versus left-handers. And Matz will go 4-ish innings. And then the Seattle Cardinals bullpen is terrible. How about a 7.25 whip? How about a 5.49 ERA? How about the third worst opponent's batting average at 297 with a 1.92 whip? Take the Marlins on a team total if you're scared about the whole sweep narrative. They should be scoring runs today and getting them quite often. Actually, what is that line? I may have to add that one. Baseball has
Seattle Cardinals sound cool.
baseball. There's just so many bets. That's why it takes so long to handicap this. Holy hell! It's at 3.5. I gotta price shot that. Hold on a second, Squirrel. We may be adding a bet here live.
Nice.
Hold on. I just want to look at one other book. I'm just going to go to Barstools. They generally lag. Oh, they're not willing to post it because there's not a confirmed starter. Let's see if FanDuel is willing to post it. And FanDuel's not. Okay, we can wait then. Let's just wait, see if we get a confirmed starter of Steven Matz, because we really love that with how the Marlins are hitting left-handers, and then we'll see what the number comes in. But right now, that's one earmark that will possibly get added, is that team total for the Marlins. Reds and Nationals over-under of 9.5. Reds minus 120. Nationals at even money. Josiah Gray up against Graham Ashcraft. Graham Ashcraft actually bounced back in his last start and actually had himself a good one. I can only be on the over. Like the Nationals. Nationals bullpen sucks. I probably wouldn't be interested in backing either team on the money line. Over 9.5.
Okay, I will back a team, and I'll take the Nationals, as I said. Plus 110 is what I got. And if it's at even money, then, again, we're doing good beating the closing line.
Orioles and Yankees with an over-under of 9. Orioles minus 120. Yankees at even money. I'll take the Yankees here at even money, and maybe it could have even been my dog of the day. I told you that Kremer's got some bad first-inning numbers. The Yankees have a chance to jump on them. Love the Yankees bullpen. Yeah, I'll go ahead. I like that. I'll do Yankees today. Even money. I'm curious.
For some reason, I'm on over 9, but I can't remember why, and I don't know who the Yankees pitcher is off the top of my head.
We get a little Randy Vasquez up against Dean Kremer. Vasquez, we haven't handicapped.
Well, I'm on over 9. So.
We haven't handicapped Vasquez in a while, which tells me he must have gotten hurt, and now he's back in the rotation. It's maybe his first start in a while. So there's not a lot of discrepancy.
Well, I have over.
Huh?
I have over 9, so I don't know.
Over 9. I can tell you from a hitting perspective, it's neck and neck. You're really going to get your advantages once this game becomes in the bullpen. But from a hitting perspective, yeah, there's a reason why you'd probably be on over 9. I get it. Braves and Guardians with an over-under of 10. Braves minus 165. Guardians plus 140. Soroka up against Corntrill.
What's the current total?
10.
Okay. Yeah,
I
I saw it go up. I think it was. What's up?
Yeah, we finished. Go ahead.
Oh, I saw it go up, I think, from 9 or 9.5 to 10, and when it got to 10, I took the under at 10.
Under 10. That makes a lot of sense. I think Braves money line, minus 165, could be a good parlay piece today. Braves money line. Rangers and Red Sox with an over-under of 10, minus 110, up against minus 110 with Gray up against Bello. This could be one, and Bello's been on a good roll, but we all know that Rangers offense. This could be, I don't know if I'd want to go full game over or F5 over. I'd lean more F5 over than full game over. Gray's going to have it rough up against this offense, and Bello, he's been on a good roll his last, I think, about half a dozen or so starts, but the Rangers are a different animal. So I'll take the full game over because I like the F5 over.
Yeah, it's a game I didn't get to, so I don't have anything on it.
Royals and Twins, over-under of 8.5, plus 210 for the Royals. Twins minus 250. Tough one. Yeah, this one's too tough for me. Twins money line is a parlay piece. They're gonna get the win. They'll get the win at least.
Yeah, I would have no problem believing they get the win. I'm like really back and forth on this over under. I bet the under 8.5, but I'm gonna be kind of pissed if it goes over because I feel like I don't know, it's a teeter-tottery one.
Yeah, that I mean, if the current numbers play out, you'll cruise, I think, to an under. The Royals just shouldn't contribute much if the current numbers play out. But then also that bullpen's so awful, then you could go the other way. That's a tough one to be on over and under.
I know.
Cubs and Brewers over-under of 8.5. Cubs minus 150. Brewers plus 130. Cubs can be the only play here today. I wouldn't want anything with the Brewers up against a left-hander, and a good left-hander in Steele.
What's their price?
Minus 150.
Yeah. Dude, you know what made me sick? I had the Brewers yesterday, and they had that whole comeback into the ninth inning and went to the 10th and
Hmm.
11th, I think, and then lost. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I had the
I,
under.
I, didn't, I didn't bet the game today, but
I was tracking that as well because I was on the under, and as they were just getting runs and coming back, I was getting sicker and sicker watching that. That is a true statement there. Nebraska Marlins team total over 3.5 at minus 145 on DraftKings. I am willing to take it with the juice, but if I take it with that minus 145, I want confirmation that I'm getting Steven Matz and I'm really getting those left-handed hitting advantages. So I'll hold out and really get confirmation at Steven Matz before I jump on that one. Blue Jays and White Sox over under of 9, minus 120 for the Blue Jays. White Sox even money. I'll go Blue Jays minus 120. I like that. Minus 120 for the Blue Jays.
yeah, I was on the other. Whoa, what? Device overheating? I've never seen that before. Okay, my phone said that it's overheating. Yeah, dude, it's hot. Holy hell, my phone is so hot. Probably because of the sun. Jeez. Okay.
Probably because of the sun. There's some handicapping. Oh shit, your phone's about to die, bro. Squirrel, you're going down. You're going down quick. If anybody else can hear that noise, if you can hear that noise, that is a cell phone that is about to explode, and we're about to get fireworks right here live on the payoff pitch when this phone just blows up. Angels and Padres, you gotta just drop, man. Because if everybody can hear that, that is super annoying. You just gotta drop. It's okay. Angels and Padres over under of 8.5. Angels plus 155. Padres minus 180. His phone is getting fucking new to the sun. Yeah, it's obviously Padres, and it's Padres. But it's Padres on the run line. And Padres on the run line. You're getting massive advantages. Did Hader even pitch yesterday? Let's see if Hader threw a damn ball yesterday. Because if Hader is able to come in and close things out, it's lights out. Let's see. Did Hader get in there yesterday? Hader did get in there yesterday. How many pitches? 23. Shit. Oh, so they tried to avoid him. They tried to get the close with Castillo. He wets the bed, and they got to get Hader for the last two. That's the manager's worst when you try and save your closer, and then the guy doing mop up. Wow, that's brutal. They did not want to use Hader yesterday. That's tough. God, this guy's ERA is 108. Whoever the hell threw yesterday, his ERA is at 108. His WHIP is 12. Oh, that was his first appearance of the year. So you truly got called up from the majors. They threw you up in mop-up duty, and you got your ass mopped up. 0.1 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 runs. Threw 23 pitches. Got slacked. All right, you'll be back down in the minors. They'll have a new arm in the bullpen today. I still like the Padres, and yeah, quite frankly, everything about the Padres today. All right, Mariners and Giants over under of 8.5. Mariners plus 145. Giants minus 170. Boy, is this Giants bullpen just dropped off, and this is why you handicap baseball in small chunks. We've been banging the books about how great this Giants bullpen is. Now it's below average in all the major categories. Everybody seems to be struggling in that bullpen. Neither team is hitting very well. Cobb versus Malone, though, like, that's kind of scary in terms of, you know, they're going to have less quality starts than more quality starts. I'll be on the plus 145 of the Mariners. Plus 145. The Giants were struggling versus left-handers when I looked it up earlier. Oh, yeah, the Giants. Oh, yeah, that's why I didn't fully have confidence in the Mariners. Because while the Giants are only hitting 130, slugging 174, it's only on 29 plate appearances in the last 10 days. So they haven't seen a left-hander that often in the last 10 days. Mariners, though, plus 145. Book it. Mets and Diamondbacks over under of 9.5. Mets minus 105. Diamondbacks minus 115. Like these odds would suggest that it's coin flippy. That's kind of what you get in terms of how the Mets hit left-handers, how the Diamondbacks hit right-handers, and then the bullpens are damn near neck and neck at about league average. I guess I'll just take the over. Over hit yesterday. two, decently good offenses. I'll just take the over and not try and predict the winner. So there we go. Pirates and Dodgers over under of 9. Pirates plus 210. Dodgers minus 215. Bido up against Miller. Big pitching advantage here for the Dodgers. Not really a hitting advantage with how well the Pirates are doing versus right-handers. Bullpen-wise is close. I'll take the over 9 again. All right, let's see what these. Let's see real quick what these comments are. All right, what do you got? Nebraska asking about the Marlins team total. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold off a touch Nebraska till I get confirmation, and then I'll bunt. The sun is a hot squirrel. 4th of July was fun yesterday. Yeah. Oh, so you guys could hear that noise? It wasn't just me. Yeah, we had to turn that off. Would you take Astros F5 over 3.5? But it's at plus money. How many more runs do they want you to get on the full game total? If they only want you to get 2 more runs on the full game team total, then so it's 3.5 at plus 115. Full game team total. Yeah, 2 more runs at even money. I want a piece of that bullpen. It's that bad. So I'd probably lay off of the F5 team total. I expect it to hit. But if your 3.5 hits, now you're knocking on the door to cash this over, and you get the league worst bullpen. So maybe while runs did dry up yesterday in a 4-1 win, you saw the Astros 2 days ago against the Rangers in a 12-11 game. Probably just pivot to the full game. That sucks though. I don't know if you're following me on Twitter, but I did tweet that play out before Payoff pitch. So, that's probably one of the frustrating parts of my MLB season is that the amount of CLV I've had, the results haven't equaled the work that's been put into it. Yeah, that's been a little frustration part on my end, but whatever. We'll get through it. DeGen's got Astros and over 7.5. You know what? I would probably do something a little bit different here. So if you didn't get that line, I would do. Let's see, fellas. Hold on. Let's see. If you didn't get that line, let's see what you can do. So you can't make that same game parlay. Let's make that same game parlay over on DraftKings. See what you can get. Let's see. I mean, it's not a bad angle just taking the full game teased over, but let's see if we're really just want to focus on great hitting, bad starting pitching, and bad bullpen. Let's see. Where is game props? There it is, game props. Let's go 4.5. I'd probably pivot to Astros money line, Astros team total over 4.5, minus 115 over on DraftKings if you couldn't get that F5 team total. One less run than the full game team total, but obviously you've added in a stipulation that they need to win the game, but they should win the game. So I'd probably do that one, Nebraska. Astros money line over 4.5 team total, minus 115. Then you get a piece of the bad starter, you get a piece of the bad bullpen. Let's see if there's good. I wouldn't do under 3.5 Ks. I mean, I agree with what the Squirrel said, but that's just a low number. His earned runs is at 2.5 at minus 170, so now you're getting back into more of the bet that I gave out, and you could possibly get yours to cash in the 6th inning if he's a little bit productive and they run him out there. You could do him not to be the winning pitcher. No way Chase Anderson's going to be the winning pitcher. I looked at that as a parlay piece, but I was kind of already on the Astros, so I didn't want to double dip. But that'd probably be my alternative to Nebraska, is that same game parlay over on DraftKings. Make sure you give me a follow on Twitter. Obviously, some great plays get dropped there, but also maybe add that Marlins team total once we get confirmation on Matt's. And I'll just double check again, make sure nobody else. Does Caesars have that line? Yeah. The other books other than DraftKings is the only one willing to post that game at all. Everybody else, let me double check. Everybody else seems to be holding off. Yeah, MGM, FanDuel. What do they got? FanDuel, no, nothing. So I'll wait. If the books are waiting to see if Matz is going to start, shit, then I'll do the same thing the books are doing. I'll wait to see if Steven Matz is going to go ahead and be the starter before I pull the trigger on that. So, all right, that's how we'll do it, guys. Only 1 day game, I believe. Only 1 day game, so plenty of time to go ahead and get these bets in. Go ahead and lock them in. I'll see you guys at the cash counter a little bit later on, and then we'll come back on in tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll preview Thursday's MLB slate, where, of course, it's getaway day, so there should be plenty of day games to sit back, watch, and cash. Thank you guys for hanging out. Again, happy 4th of July to you. Hopefully you guys had a great holiday weekend, and we'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Have a good one.